So we're back and better than ever after a short glitch. OBS software crashing, but that's a thing of the past as the Dodgers have a 1-0 lead in this game thanks to a solo home run shot by Freddie Freeman in the right field stands here in Chicago. So as we start the second inning, Emmett Sheehan got the White Sox out in order, and we're back with Max Muncy to the plate. First ball, let's see, he's still waiting, coming up to the plate now. Pitch on the way to Muncy is taken for a ball. Ball one. Sean Newcomb, the pitcher now for the White Sox, in there. Waiting in. Newcomb to the windup, and the pitch is taken for a strike. So it's a 2-1 count. Newcomb working quickly and deals. High for ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just the start of things here in Chicago. Dodgers, Freddie Freeman hitting that home run in right field stands, making it a 1-0 game. Newcomb winds it. The pitch swung on and missed by Muncy. And now the count is full, 3-2. Newcomb working very quickly. Pitch on the way, swung on and fouled away. A sinker. Dodgers coming off of a big, impressive victory win yesterday, scoring runs, and Yamamoto on the verge of a perfect game. There's a shot foul lined by Muncy down the right field line on a sinker. Count remains 3-2. No outs, top of the second inning. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Newcomb's really bringing it. He hasn't waiting for anything. The pitch on the way inside for ball 4, and he's walked Muncy. Muncy will toss the bat and take his base. And up comes Kyle Tucker. Tucker wading in from the left-hand side of the plate. Lefty on lefty action. The pitch is a little bunt, perfectly down, picked up by Newcomb, throws to second for 1, throws way late to first, and Tucker's aboard on a fielder's choice. So that'll be a 1-5 put out, as Newcomb right away quickly getting that bunt perfectly hit to him, and he whirled, turned, and threw, getting out the lead runner Muncy at second base. And now that brings up Ryan Ward, hitting .229 with 3 home runs. Tucker now away from first with 1 out. The pitch is taken for called strike 1, a slurve. So Ryan Ward getting a lot of work out there in left field due to the injury of Hernandez, as he continues to nurse that growing pull. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Second inning. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Here's a pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Ward. So Newcomb making quick work of Ward, striking him out on 3 pitches, and that'll be 2 outs now for the Dodgers. And up comes Dalton Rushing to the plate. Rushing hitting .270, 8 home runs, 21 ribbies, fouls it off. Rushing in 39 games, hitting .270, 8 home runs, 21 ribbies. Waiting in. Newcomb working very quickly. The windup, the pitch, high. Fastball just missing. for ball one. Two outs in the second. Tucker away from first base. Pitch swung on and fouled back. One and two's the count. And a called strike three, and that'll do it. See you later. So, Rushing strikes out. Dodgers are done in the top of the second inning. Score remains Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Be right back after this short break. So we're getting ready for the bottom of the second inning. Dodgers lead 1-0 on a solo home run by Freddie Freeman in the first inning. And that's where we're at now. Waiting for the White Sox to come up. Dodgers, after this game, will head on home for a small short homestand playing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Devil Rays tomorrow. The Rays, they'll be in town, and they'll have a day off on Thursday, and then the Orioles on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's a quick look at what the Dodgers got on their schedule on tap. Just about ready here to start the bottom of the second inning. Thank you for tuning in to this broadcast today between the Dodgers and the White Sox. White Sox winning on Friday night, Dodgers winning yesterday afternoon, and Dodgers trying to take the series today. So Emmett Sheehan got the White Sox out in order in the bottom of the first, and he's back up there working quickly against the White Sox. First pitch is swung on and fouled away. Montgomery hitting .218 in 66 games. Colson Montgomery. Emmett once again to the windup. The pitch is taken for called strike 2. So 0-2 now the count. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Dodgers. Emmett Sheehan looked really good in that first inning, redeeming himself after that disastrous start a week ago against the Angels. Pitch is in the dirt. Slider missing for 1-2. Sheehan to the windup. The pitch is swung on and missed, and down he goes. So nice slider there to strike out Montgomery by Sheehan. And up comes the other Montgomery to the plate. No relation. Braden Montgomery coming out. Also swinging from the left-hand side of the plate. The pitch swung on and fouled back. So 0-1 the count now to Brandon Montgomery. Hitting .267 with 1 home run and 4 ribbies. waiting in. And Sheehan delivers a little high for ball one. 95-mile-an-hour fastball, just missing. Sheehan's now thrown 19 pitches. And the pitch, there's a little ground ball hit sharply down to Freddie Freeman. He's going to do it himself. No, he pitches it underhands to Sheehan for the out. So there's now 2 outs in the second inning. Two outs, bottom of the second inning. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Dodgers trying to take this series and get out of town with winning the series in Pittsburgh and in Chicago. Let's see what they can do. Sheehan to the windup. The pitch swung on and missed by Meredroth. Chase Meidroth. 67 games this season. He's hitting .279, 5 home runs and 23 ribbies. Meidroth waiting in. And the 0-1 pitch. Oh, it hit him right on the elbow. Took a little chunk out of him. And Meidroth will tousle the bat and go on over to first base. Hit him right on the left elbow. And that'll bring up Gonzalez. So Chase has already checked that. Emmett Sheehan's already gone further in this game than he did a week ago. He only got 1 out in the second inning, and he was chased in that game, and now he's gotten 2 outs in the second inning. And he hits a batter, and Gonzalez is now to the plate. Sheehan looks at the runner at first, checks, makes sure he's still there. Meredroth. And the pitch is taken for called strike 1, a slider. That was very close to not being a strike. No challenge. So Jacob Gonzalez hitting .242 with 1 home run and 5 ribbies. Sheehan checks Meredroth at first, and the pitch high. They're going to check over to third. Did he go around? And they said no. So no swing. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Runner on first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Sheehan now throws over there, gets Meredroth to go back. Freddie Freeman quickly catches and returns the ball back to Sheehan. Chase only really has Meredroth 2 stolen bases, so he's not a threat. But there's 2 outs, and you want to cut off a little bit of a lead if this ball does go somewhere. Here's a pitch swung on and fouled back for 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gonzalez. 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0, coming on a Freddie Freeman home run in the first inning. Sheehan again to the belt. The pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Gonzalez. So that'll do it for the White Sox in the second inning. The score after 2 complete in Chicago, Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Once again, thank you so much for tuning into this broadcast. If you're enjoying it, please give me a thumbs up. It helps spread out the word that the broadcast is happening. If you're really enjoying it and want to see more of my play-by-play, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free to subscribe. So, the Dodgers now in the third inning. Let's see who they have coming up. Checking my stats here, getting everything back and situated. After this game, Dodgers will be heading home to face the Rays in a 3-game homestand, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then after that brief homestand, they get a day off on Thursday, and then they have the Baltimore Orioles in town to entertain them on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's a quick look at what the Dodgers got going on for the next week in their series. And I'm going to take a quick break, try to get myself situated here with this website that's kind of acting up a bit. Be right back. Okay, back to live action, ready to go. Shohei Ohtani checking in. We're ready for the third inning. Here's a windup and a pitch, and it's taken for called strike one. Newcomb out there working in his second inning of work. So a little update, if you may be wondering on the health of Miguel Rojas. He went out yesterday. It's a late substitution. Had Espinal come in the seventh inning when he kind of got hobbled a little bit going to first base, kind of landed incorrectly. There was a foul ball off by Ohtani. That was purely his heads-up thinking, since there was a perfect game. It was in the seventh inning going at the time. He didn't want to be the fault of any ball that he couldn't get to that would cost up the perfect game, so that's why they had Espinal come in. But Rojas is ready and good to go if needed. There's a foul ball by Ohtani again for 0-2. So, if needed, Miguel Rojas is ready to go. Just didn't want to be the cause of any perfect game being broken up yesterday defensively. And then, look how it ended with an error, the perfect game. With there was a swing and a miss, and down goes Ohtani for out number 2 in the second inning. Or is that 1? Should be 1 out. Pages now to the plate. The pitch swung on and missed. Fastball. They're showing 2. Okay. So I must have fallen asleep and missed an out. Pages grounded into a double play in his first at bat. 0-1 the count. The windup. The pitch is strike. A slurve. 0-2 is the count. Pitch swung on, and down he goes, and down go the Dodgers. So the score after 2.5 innings remains: Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. We'll be right back after this short timeout. Okay, so as we get ready to move on into the bottom of the third inning, Emmett Sheehan has looked really good in his first 2 innings here. So he's back and better than ever after that disastrous start a week ago against the Angels. The first pitch is swung on and curveball, lined foul. So Peters standing up, waiting, pitch swung on and a high fly foul back and out of play. Peters was the man that broke up Yamamoto's no-hitter yesterday, hitting that shot into right field stands in 66 games, hitting .299. That was his 3rd home run, and he couldn't have picked a better time for a White Sox fan to hit it to break up the no-hitter. And there's a check swing, strike 3, and down goes Peters. So 1 out, and now comes Romo. Romo behind the plate doing some catching for the White Sox today. White Sox loaded up with lefties in the lineup today. On a Sunday, Romo comes in hitting .163, 5 home runs, and 11 ribbies. And Sheehan's pitch is taken for called strike. Strike 1. 1 out, bottom of the 3rd inning. Sheehan to the windup, and the pitch. There's a little number foul down the 3rd base line. So Yamamoto made some kind of history yesterday, the 22nd pitcher ever with 2 no-hitters broken up in the 9th inning or later. First in Dodger history to do that. So that's the consolation prize right there. The first in Dodger history to do it. 2 no-hitters broken up in the 9th inning or later in the same inning. So Romo waiting in, the count 0-2. 1 out, the 3rd. Sheehan gets the sign from Rushing, and the pitch is swung on and missed, and down he goes. For out number 2, Sheehan's walking off the mound. He thought it was the 3rd out. So Sheehan just well, it happens to the best of them. Sheehan with a big grin now walking back, couldn't figure out why nobody else was following him as he fanned and struck out, and he looked back and whoop, everybody's still there in their position, so let me go back up to the mound. So next pitch is taken for a strike by Antonisi as he realized that it wasn't a strike 3. So delivers the very next pitch for a strike. Let's see if he can get out of this with another strikeout. The pitch on the way is taken for a ball, curveball. So no doubt Sheehan will get a little kidden and ribbed by his teammates when he gets back to the dugout, providing he doesn't allow any more runs or allow any runs in this inning, for thinking it was the 3rd out on that strikeout. The pitch on the way is taken low for ball 1, a fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Dodgers leading 1-0 on a 1st inning home run by Freddie Freeman, and that's been it. That's the story up for the first 3 innings of this game. Other than that, Sheehan has pitched really well. The pitch is low for ball 3. Emmett Sheehan, up to this part of the game, has yet to allow a hit. 3 balls, 1 strike. Sheehan taking a long look into Rushing and the pitch. Swung on, and a line shot right to Tucker in right field, and that'll do it for the White Sox. So the Dodgers get out of that inning, and the no-hitter for Sheehan is still alive after 3 innings. The score, Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. If you're enjoying the broadcast, appreciate a thumbs up. That'll help push this game out to others so they can come and join this broadcast today. If you really like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate any support along the way. So the Dodgers, after this game, like I've been saying, will head home, take on the Rays for 3 games, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in Los Angeles, have a well-deserved day off on Thursday, and then be right back at it against the Baltimore Orioles in Los Angeles on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's take a look at what Sheehan's line is so far. 5 strikeouts and is yet to allow a hit, so he's really on his game so far. The White Sox, Newcomb is, after the first inning was by Hudson, Newcomb is taken over and his pitch fine, respectively. He struck out 4 in his 2 innings of work. So we got a lot of Ks up there already between the 2 pitchers, 9 strikeouts in the first 3 innings of work. We're about ready to start the top of the 4th inning here for the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman will be coming up. Freeman hitting that shot. And since May 19th, he's been hitting .326, 7 home runs, 18 ribbies. He's been on a bit of a tear. The pitch on the way is taken outside for ball 1. The pitch swung on, and there's a shot to dead center field, but it'll be caught by Peters for out number 1 here in the 4th inning. So the pitching coach's manager coming out. They're going to make a pitching change right here. Newcomb will be coming out. He has done what they wanted him to do and no more. So this is going to be a total bullpen game for the White Sox. As you can see, this will be their 3rd pitcher already coming in the middle of the inning here in the 4th. And before Mookie Betts can come to the plate, we'll have a brief pitching change. I'll be right back after this short break. So with a new pitcher, we now are back. New pitcher in play for the White Sox. Pitch on the way to Betts is a ball. Here's a little nubbler. He's going to try to pick it up and he's going to drop it. Betts is aboard safely at first base as he hit a little nubber between home plate and third base. The pitcher, Freddie tried to go over and pick that up with a bare hand, but just couldn't grasp it. And by the time he did get a hold of it, Betts was aboard safely. So Fedde is now pitching and now facing Muncy at the plate. The pitch is outside for ball one. A sweeper just missing. Waiting on deck, Kyle Tucker. They're going to have a White Sox challenge. And that indeed is a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch is taken for called strike one, a sweeper. So 1 out in the 4th. Betts at first base, Muncy to the plate. Yesterday, this two combination here, Muncy hit a home run in the first inning with Betts aboard, and later in the game hit a home run with Betts aboard again. Pitch also, this one is taken for called strike 2. It's a 1-2 count. Betts having a good game offensively yesterday. Defensively, he was the one that made the error that broke up the perfect game for Yamamoto. That in the 8th inning. Here's a pitch inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fedde checks Betts over at first. And the 2-2 pitch is a foul lined along the third base side. So a total bullpen game for the White Sox today. Muncy once again back up. Fedde checking Betts at first. And the 2-2 is low, 3-2, changeup. So a full count. Betts now will be on the move with a full count, 1 out. Pitch just swung on and missed, and down goes Muncy. So 2 outs. And yet another strikeout recorded in this game. So that'll be a combined 5 strikeouts for the White Sox and 5 by Sheehan alone. 10 strikeouts, and we're only in the top of the 4th inning. Kyle Tucker now comes in. 0 for 1, grounded into a fielder's choice. His last at-bat. With Betts at first, 2 outs in the 4th. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. This pitch is taken for called strike 1. That was not a strike at all. But in the umpire's eyes it was, and that's what it's going to be unless there's a challenge, and there isn't going to be. So Tucker will be quiet and take the count to 0-1. Fedde pitches, swung on, lined foul for strike 2. Betts was on the move, and now he'll go back to first base. 0-2 the count to Tucker. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. That 1 home run coming on a solo home run by Freddie Freeman in the first inning. Fedde again. The pitch is low, gets away from the catcher Romo, and Betts is stolen at second base. So now with a runner in scoring position, let's see what Tucker does any differently at the plate. 2 outs, we're in the 4th. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. And we got a runner in scoring position here in Mookie Betts. There's a foul ball. Swung and fouled away. Got the rally bongo here going. See if it'll amount to anything. 1-2 the count. Dodgers lead 1-0 on a solo home run by Freddie Freeman in the 1st. They got Betts now in second base. There's a pitch fouled away, backing out of play, and a cutter. Thank you, folks, for kindly tuning in to this broadcast today against the White Sox and the Dodgers. If you're enjoying the action, please give a thumbs up. It'll help bring in more viewers into this channel. Maybe get something going in the chat room as well. Thank you, Ann, for tuning in the broadcast. There's a pitch, and it'll be called strike 3. They're going to go to a challenge on the umpire challenge, the 2-2 count, and let's see what's decided. And it is indeed a strike, and down goes Tucker. So 11 strikeouts already in 3.5 innings here in Chicago. The score after 3.5, Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. I'll be right back with the bottom of the 4th inning. So as we get ready to move into the bottom of the 4th, Vargas now coming up. Emmett Sheehan, pitch on the way, is swung on, and a high fly ball hit right to Pages in center field for out number 1. So the no-hitter's still alive. We're in the 4th inning. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. There have been a lot of strikeouts already recorded. Incredible already, even though the White Sox have 3 pitchers in this game. They've rotated in. It's Emmett with 5 on his own. Check that, Emmett has 6 on his own now. Pitch is curveball for ball 1. Oh, that's the White Sox have 6. Yeah, that's the 11. I was talking about 5 by Emmett. Okay, back to live action. 41st pitch by Emmett is outside. Changeup missing. So it's 2 balls and no strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Sheehan. Pitch swung on and fouled back by Benintendi. Once again, Benintendi waiting in for the pitch. The 2-1 pitch on the way is taken low for ball 3, a fastball missing. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Sheehan to the windup. The 3-1 pitch is taken for called strike 1, a slider right down the middle there. Montgomery waiting on deck to come up. 3-2 count. Let's see what we got here. Pitch swung on and a high fly ball. Waiting for it is Betts at short. He's there. He's got it for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the 4th inning. And up comes Montgomery. Montgomery 0 for 1 on his first at-bat. Sheehan looks in, gets the sign the pitch is taking a high fastball for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The pitch is taken low and inside. They're going to move over to appeal at third base. They're going to umpire's going to say no, he didn't go around. It was a check half swing, and so it's 2 balls and no strikes to Montgomery. Wind up the 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. A slider, 2-1 now. Colson Montgomery struck out his first plate appearance, and now he's got the count at 2-1 in his favor. But let's see what Emmett's going to come up with now. Pitch on the way is swung on a line, shot down the line. Freddie Freeman dove and couldn't get it. Tucker's now going to have to hustle to pick up that ball, but by the time he does, Montgomery's at second base with a double, and there goes the no-hitter in the 4th. Sheehan has now thrown 49 pitches in this game. A nice diving attempt by Freddie Freeman at first to get that ball down the line, and it just got beyond him. Yesterday, Freeman made that same dive with Yamamoto and came up with the ball. Today, it gets by him. So with 2 outs in the 4th, the White Sox bring up the other Montgomery to the plate. So we got a Montgomery at second, a Montgomery to the plate. 2 outs, 4th inning. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Pitch is outside on a changeup for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Montgomery waiting in. The pitch swung on and fouled away. 1-1 the count now. Braden Montgomery 0 for 1. Colson Montgomery at second base with that double. Just hit that double down the line in right field. The pitch is now check swing. They're going to check over at third. They're going to say no swing, and that count will now be 2-1. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Braden Montgomery waiting in. Colson Montgomery at second. Sheehan looks over to second. Gets the sign from Rushing, and the pitch is swung on and fouled away, and that's 2-2 now. The curveball winds up in the stands and long left field. And Montgomery at second is back to the base, as Sheehan now back up ready to go. And the umpire's going to hold up and things here. 2 outs in the 4th inning. 1-0 Dodgers lead. A Montgomery at second. A Montgomery to the plate. Sheehan to the mound. Rushing behind the plate. The pitch. Swung on and missed, and yet another strikeout for Sheehan, his 6th of the game, and down go the White Sox in the bottom of the 4th inning. The score after 4 complete innings in Chicago, the Dodgers 1, the White Sox 0. We'll be right back after this very short timeout. Okay, back to live action in Chicago for the Dodgers. In the top of the 5th inning, they'll have Ryan Ward coming up, followed by Rushing, and then the top of the order with Ohtani. Dodgers leading 1-0 on a Freddie Freeman home run in the 1st inning, and that's been it. Other than a whole lot of strikeouts by both pitchers on both sides. Both pitchers have 6 strikeouts, although the White Sox pitchers have had 3 of them that have combined for 6, and it's been all Sheehan. There's a line shot, base hit down the line in left field, rounding first in a hurry is Ward. He'll make it easily to second base as Ohtani has a hard time out there in left field picking up that ball, but when he does, Ward's at second base standing up. Ohtani, that ball, let's see what happened to that. Did it go underneath? Oh, I see, it's actually stuck, so that's a ground rule double, and by the time he picked it up, Ward was at second. So his 3rd double this season, Ryan Ward, first ball swinging with a double, and up comes Dalton Rushing. Rushing struck out in his first at-bat, hitting .267 with 8 home runs. Started on fire this season, has cooled off a bit, but he's seen a lot of action now that Will Smith has been out with stiff neck problems. Ward now away from second base, and the umpire is going to hold things up here as the count is 1-1 to Rushing. And now we'll be back again here. Dalton Rushing, .313 hitting with 3 home runs. A pitch. Swung on, line shot down to the second baseman, picks it up, but there's nobody there. Actually, wait a minute. The pitcher, Fedde, did come over, and I guess he did get him out. The first baseman went over there. Gonzalez went by, he got by his glove, or he picked it up. So there's 1 out. Nice play by Gonzalez and Fedde to get Rushing out at first base, the underhand. And Alex Freeland will come up. He flew out, his first fly out in his first at-bat. The infield is up, looking to shoot down the man if he tries to come home. And the pitch is taken for called strike 1, a sinker. So infield is up, all on the edge of the grass in Chicago here. Shortstop, third baseman, second base, first base. Changeup is taken for 1-1 count. One out, runner at third base in scoring position. Pitch swung on and fouled back by Freeland. Fedde's now thrown 22 pitches. The 1 and 2's the count now to Freeland. So the runner, with a runner at third, the infield is in with one out. We're in the top of the 5th inning, 1-0 Dodgers lead. The pitch is low, a sweeper missing for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ohtani waiting on deck. Let's see if Freeland can do something here to drive in a run, or pitch is outside, changeup missing for ball 3. Now the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The infield is up, ready to try to cut down the man at home plate from scoring if they get a line shot to him. The pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Freeland. They throw over to third, and he's back, is Ward. So 2 outs now, and up comes Shohei. So Romo immediately saw Ward with a little bit of too much of a lead and quickly threw over there. And they're going to give a intentional walk to Shohei. They don't want any part of him with a man in scoring position. So now we'll have runners on the corners, 2 outs in the 5th, and up comes Pages to the plate. Pages is 0 for 2 for this game, hitting .276 on the year. Fedde now checks Ohtani at first, looks over at Ward at third. The pitch swung on and fouled away, back and out of play. So no balls and 1 strike to Pages. Two outs, 5th inning, runners on the corners. The pitch is high, sinker missing for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the 5th. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. The lone run coming on a solo home run by Freddie Freeman in the 1st inning. And that's been it. Other than that, White Sox pitchers, 6 strikeouts combined. Emmett has 6 by himself. 12 strikeouts in this game. A sweeper taken for ball 2. Sheehan has only allowed 1 hit. The Dodgers have 3 hits. 2 balls, 1 strike to Pages. Checks Ohtani at first. Now he's going to throw over there to first. Ohtani dives back. Pages waiting in from the right-hand side of the plate. The pitch swung on and missed. Sinker. 2 and 2's the count. So if you're missing it, Dave Roberts is taking the afternoon off. He's gone to see one of his kids graduate from school, and we got a substitute manager in for the Dodgers today. So Fedde's now thrown 29 pitches. Let's see what he's going to do on his 30th pitch to Pages. The pitch swung on. There's a lazy ground ball hit down to the shortstop. He'll shovel to the second baseman on Meredith, and that'll do it for the Dodgers in the top of the 5th. The score, Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. I'll be right back after this very short timeout. If you're enjoying the broadcast, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate any support you can give along the way. All the thumbs up does is basically send out the broadcast so other people can come and join in as well. If you really like the broadcast, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll be here all season long bringing you Dodger baseball. The Dodgers, after today's game, head back home to Los Angeles to take on the Rays for 3 games, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then they have a much-deserved day off on Thursday, and then they're back at it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Los Angeles versus the Baltimore Orioles. So that's a quick look at what the Dodgers have coming up for the next week. That's what they'll be busy with. And in the bottom of the 5th inning, let's see who the White Sox got coming up. It'll be Meredith, followed by Gonzalez, and then Peters. And if anybody gets on, the catcher Romo. So we're going with the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th hitters, the bottom of the order, coming up in this inning for the White Sox. Again, White Sox have only been able to manage one hit off of Emmett Sheehan thus far. Emmett has pitched really well after that disastrous performance last week against the Angels when he only lasted 1 1/3 innings. He's more than rebounded nicely in this game. So as we're just about ready to start back up again, Meredith, second baseman, will be waiting in. And Sheehan looks in, gets the sign from Rushing, and the pitch on the way is inside, curveball missing for ball 1. Bottom of the 5th inning, Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Pitch on the way is taken for called strike 1, a fastball. So this White Sox team coming into the play against in this series was on fire. They beat the Dodgers on Friday night, looked like they were ready to run them over, and then they hit Yamamoto tomorrow and nothing. Yesterday they faced Yamamoto, got nothing. Here's a check swing. They're going to look over at first and say no swing to Meredith. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Chase Meredith hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. And after the Yamamoto cooled the White Sox off, they're still in the cooler against Sheehan, at least through the first 4 innings. The pitch is outside for ball 3, a slider missing. Sheehan's only allowed 1 hit through 4 innings. We're in the bottom of the 5th right now. One nothing Dodgers lead on a solo home run by Freeman. There's a pitch called strike. Fastball for strike 2. So the count is now full. Sheehan has thrown 59 pitches up to this point. The 5th inning was the big inning for the White Sox on Friday when they scored 7 runs. There's a pitch swung on and fouled away. Fastball. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2 the count. The pitch to Meredith. They're going to go strike 3 called, and that'll do it. Let's see if they'll do a challenge here. That might have been suspect. I guess they won't. Meredith goes back to the dugout, and down goes Meredith on a strikeout. He tried to hold up. I guess they would say that he went around anyways, even if he did do an appeal. And with that, the Dodgers, you get your free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with a purchase of a large drink with a 7th strikeout of Sheehan. There's a pitch outside for ball 1 on a changeup to Gonzalez. So the Dodgers hitting their promotion the last 2 games with Yamamoto and Sheehan on the mound. Wind up. The pitch is taken for called strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch to Gonzalez way outside and high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Gonzalez. Sheehan a long look into Rushing, and the pitch swung on and missed. 2 and 2's the count. Sheehan has looked really well. Allowed 13 pitches in the first 2 innings, 12 in the second, 16 in the fourth. He's allowed 11 in this inning. So with 1 out, looks like he's not going to get his 13th record here. There's an outside pitch. It's now full count at 3-2. But he is not allowing a lot of pitches in those first 4 innings. Pitching really well to boot with 7 strikeouts already. The 3-2 pitch, way inside. I know Sheehan's been the talk of some trades as possible to get Skubal or some other pitcher skiing. Every now and then you hear some rumors and Sheehan's name somehow finds its way into the mix. And with that, it'll be a walk. So the White Sox got a runner on first. Peters now to the plate. Pitch. Swung on, lined foul down the first base line. That's Emmett Sheehan's first walk he's given up. 0-1 the count to Peters. Center fielder Peters. The pitch swung on and a high fly ball. His frustration shows you that Kyle Tucker's in right. He's coming in. He's got it for out number 2. And Gonzalez remains at first base with 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Drew Romo now comes to the plate. The 9th hitter. Hitting in the 9th slot is Romo, the catcher, hitting 160, standing and waiting with a runner at first. The pitch is taken for called strike 1. What you gonna do, Romo? Bottom of the 5th inning, 2 outs, 1 on. The pitch swung on and fouled away, and it's 0-2 count now. Romo, a local boy out of Fountain Valley in California. 6 foot, 205 pounder, waiting in against Sheehan. The 0-2 pitch. Just about ready to. And on the way is swung on and missed, and down he goes. 8th strikeout for Sheehan. See you later. And we're done with 5 complete innings in Chicago. The score: the Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. I'll be right back after this very short timeout. Back to live action here. Freddie Freeman to the plate. Homered in the first inning. And Freddie's pitch, his 31st pitch, is a changeup for ball one. So that's been the storyline up to right now. Two storylines. A Freddie Freeman solo home run in the first, accounting for all the runs in this game. 1-0 Dodgers lead. There's a changeup taken outside for ball two. And the fact that Sheehan has struck out 8 already on his own. So he's been on a strike tear. Pitch is low. Sinker missing for ball three. Freeman waiting in, and the pitch swung on and fouled back and out of play. Pitch swung on and fouled away. White Sox wing. Okay, let's see what the White Sox wing will do. Thank you, chat, for tuning in. There's a pitch on the way, foul down to the first base line. 3-2, sweeper. So this series is indeed up for grabs right now. We're in the 6th inning. Only 1 run is scored. Dodgers won yesterday. White Sox won on Friday. There's a ball 4 with a sweeper missing, and Freddie Freeman's aboard. So the Dodgers now have Mookie Betts coming up. Betts has hit the 200 mark. So he comes in with a 200 batting average, 1 for 2 today with a single and a stolen base, 6 home runs. Freddie now, Mookie trying to stay over that 200 mark. There's a pitch taken for called strike one. He had a couple of hits yesterday's game. He got 1 today, so his average is slowly climbing over the last couple of games. And the pitch is low for ball one. 1-1 the count to Betts. Wind up. The pitch is taken for called strike 2, a cutter. No outs. We're in the 6th inning. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Mookie Betts to the plate. Freddie Freeman on first. Fetty checks him over on the mound. The wind up. The pitch swung on and fouled back and out of play. An 89-mile-an-hour changeup by Fetty. Fetty to Freddie. Try saying that a few times. That's a tongue twister in itself. Meanwhile, Fetty looks over to Betts, and there's a pitch swung on. Nope, it's a way outside sinker for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way, swung on. There's a line drive down. There's a ground ball hit to short, to first, to second, and they did what? So the shortstop threw over to second base to get 1. He got Freddie, but not nearly in time to get Betts hustling down the line at first base. So with 1 out, we got Muncy coming up to the plate. Muncy 0 for 1 with a walk, 271, 16 home runs, and 28 ribbies. Yesterday, Muncy hit 2 home runs, and both of his home runs, he had Betts on first base at the time. 2-run shots, two home runs for Muncy yesterday. And today, we got Betts over at first base again. Let's see what you're going to do, Muncy. 1 ball, no strikes to Muncy. Fetty checks Betts at first base, and the pitch is taken for called strike 1, a sweeper. So it's a 1-1 count. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. The pitch, way inside, sinker for ball 2. So Muncy quickly escaping that ball. It was a very close ball pitch to hitting him. Just backing away. Not quite chin music, but almost. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Muncy. We're in the 6th. 1 out, 1 on. Fedde throws quickly over to first. Gonzalez does a tag of Betts. A late tag. So Betts is back, diving, safe. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fedde keeping a sharp eye as Betts has already stolen 1 off of him. There's a pitch that's slow and away for 3 balls and 1 strike. Missing with a sweeper. It's been a beautiful weekend for baseball in Chicago. Not too hot, not too cold. Had a little bit of rain earlier in the morning. The tarp was out. But the weather is looking really nice. There's a line shot hit down to the right field. He'll make the catch. And right is Montgomery. And Betts will go back to first base. So 2 outs now in the 6th inning. Oh for 2, strikeout in the 4th comes Kyle Tucker. Let's see what Fedde's going to do. Checks Betts again at first. There's a pitch swung on and fouled back and out of play. No balls, 1 strike to Tucker. This has been a pitching duel with the White Sox throwing 3 pitchers against the Dodgers' Emmett Sheehan, who's been out there pitching masterfully himself. There's a pitch. They're going to throw over to first. Betts is back. Missed on a cutter. So what was the call on that? Was that ball 2? It looked like... One ball, 1 strike. And his 51st pitch by Fedde is taken for called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the 6th. Betts is at first base. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Fast-moving game here in Chicago. A lot of strikeouts, but no runs. Hardly any runs. There was 1 only by the Dodgers, leading 1-0. A sweeper outside for ball 2 to Tucker. Fedde has pitched really well. Two count. Pitch on the way. Swung on, little lazy ground ball hit by a diving second baseman, Meredith. Rounding second and going to third is Betts. And now we got runners on the corners. Tucker at first, Betts at third. 2 outs in the 6th inning. And up comes Ryan Ward. So nice. Hit him where they ain't. Ball by Tucker. Hit it by a diving Meredith. He couldn't get to it. The ball kind of died in shallow center field, and Betts just cruised on into third base. Didn't even need to slide. And with runners on the corners, up comes Ryan Ward. He's 1 for 2 today. Fedde's has thrown 53 pitches so far in his work. And let's see what's going on here with the White Sox. Little delay in the action. Fedde now back up on the mound and ready to go at it. Ryan Ward 1 for 2 with a double, and the pitch is taken for called strike 1, a changeup. Oh and 1 the count to Ward. Fedde's now thrown 54 pitches in this game. The windup, the pitch. Strike 2, sweeper. Waiting on deck, Dalton rushing, but right now it's all Ryan Ward, hitting .268 with runners in scoring position, and he's got Betts at third. Pitch is way outside for ball one. Cutter missing. Betts at third. Tucker at first. 2 outs in the sixth. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. Let's see. Pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled away. Sweeper. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ward wading in. Fetty, his 58th pitch, is swung on and missed, and down goes Ward, and the Dodgers are done in the 6th inning. The score after 5.5 in Chicago: Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. I'll be right back after this very short timeout. Okay, so for the White Sox, in the bottom of the 6th inning, Emmett Sheehan has been on a tear. 5 innings pitched, 1 hit he's allowed, 8 strikeouts, and allowed only 1 walk. 46 of his 72 pitches have been strikes. 46 of the 72, imagine that. Sheehan to the windup in the pitch on the way to Ohtani is fouled away. So the top of the order it is for the White Sox. They're going with Ohtani, Vargas, and then okay. Pitch is taken for a called strike. Umpire's gonna tap the helmet and see what the challenge here is. And the White Sox challenge is indeed a strike. So the call's confirmed it is a strike, and no more challenges for the White Sox. So they're done. Done. 0-2 the count to Ohtani. Dodgers 1, White Sox 0. We're in the 6th inning, and Sheehan has totally been on his game. He got humbled in his last start against the Angels, only lasting 1 in the 3rd innings a week ago, and today he's come out on fire. 8 strikeouts, a pitch on the way, swung on, and a high fly ball threw it to deep right field and gone. Can you believe that? Just after I praised how good he's been on his game, the jinx has struck, and Sam Ohtani has a solo home run, and we are tied at 1 apiece in Chicago. Unbelievable, a 415th home run, and the exit velocity 104, so that was rocketed out of here and well into the crowd. Tucker didn't even need to turn around on that one. A mammoth shot. So we're now tied on 2 solo home runs by 2 left-handers to right field. The pitch, chin music hard to Vargas, fastball, missing for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Sheehan is disgusted with that home run. The pitch on the way is outside, curveball missing for ball 2. Let's see if Emmett can get himself back in this game, his head back in it. Miguel Vargas 0 for 2 with the 2 strikeouts and a line out. The windup, the pitch is outside. Vargas, the third baseman out of Havana, Cuba, now has a 3-ball and no strike count. And the pitch is taken for called strike 1, a fastball. So how quickly things can change in baseball. Emmett's cruising along, now boom, a solo home run. And now he's got a 3-1 count. The pitch swung on and missed, a slider to Vargas for strike 2. So 3-2 the count now. No outs in the bottom of the 6th, a 1-1 tie. 3-2 count to Vargas. Emmett looks into Rushing. Gets the pitch swung on. There's a line shot into left field for a base hit. That'll be picked up by Ward and thrown in. And Vargas has arrived safely at first base. So with no outs here in the 6th, suddenly Sheehan finds himself giving up a home run and then a single. Mark Prior now out to the mound to talk to Sheehan. Rushing there as well. How are they going to work things? Getting his head back in the game after giving up that solo home run. Benintendi now ready to come in to the plate, coming up to the plate. So Pryor's gone back to the dugout. Up is Jack Dreyer throwing in the Dodger bullpen. So with 1 on, no outs. The pitch is, there goes a runner at second. The throw down, Vargas has stolen it. So it's a ball, and then Rushing gets up quickly, throws to second, and he had stolen it. So now you got a runner in scoring position at second base. Vargas sliding head first, and almost slid right through that bag. His foot luckily stayed on the base for the White Sox there, as Betts applied the tag. Benintendi's pitch on the way is taken for ball 2, a slider. So Benintendi is 0 for 2 with 2 pop-ups in this game, hitting .229 with 7 home runs. He's now got a chance to drive in some runs and take the lead in this game. 2-0 to Benintendi. The pitch swung on and missed. Slider. 2 balls and 1 strike. No outs. We're in the 6th. A 1-1 tie. Vargas at second base. Emmett has to bear down now on the mound. The 2-1 to Benintendi. Swung on line, down the line and in the corner in right field. Meanwhile, the Vargas will come to score, making it 2-1 White Sox, and cruising into second base with a double is Benintendi. So there it goes. So Emmett gave up the home run, followed by a single and now a double. And out comes the acting manager of the game with a hook for Emmett Sheehan. So that'll do it. They're going to go to Jack Dreyer now. He's already signaled to the mound. It'll be the second trip to the mound anyway, so he was going to be gone. Bench coach is out there, and you can cannot close the books on Sheehan because the man at second base belongs to him. Meanwhile, Jack Dreyer comes hustling in from the bullpen in right field, and he'll be coming to the plate for his warm-up pitches momentarily. The score, with a brief break in the action, White Sox 2, Dodgers 1. We'll be back with the most exciting part of this game yet to follow. So that's just baseball right there. You just have experienced. Jack Dreyer now coming in. 26 games in 27 innings, 30 strikeouts, 6 walks, 4 home runs allowed. As when I say that's just baseball, Emmett Sheehan's cruising along. 8 strikeouts. He's got everything going. And then the 6th inning comes. Boom, solo home run, then a single, then a double. He's now lost the lead, and it's 2-1. So now from the left-hand side of the plate comes Montgomery. Swung on and fouled away. Runner at second base. Benintendi for the White Sox. Colson Montgomery, 1 for 2. He's got his own double that he had earlier in the game. So no balls, 1 strike. White Sox now got the lead, 2-1. Jack Dreyer, the lefty on lefty action. The pitch. Swung on and a high drive hit to deep right field, away out and gone. And just like that, the White Sox, who had struggled to get runs in the first 5 innings, come up with 4 runs in the 6th inning. So that Benintendi belonged to Sheehan, so that means Sheehan gave up 3 runs and Jack Dreyer gets tagged with the 1 run, the home run. That's a 410-foot home run by Colson Montgomery. And just like that, the Dodgers find themselves behind in this game 4-1 after cruising along with 1-0 lead for the entire game up till this dreaded 6th inning. Still no outs. And the other Montgomery comes in. This time he's hitting from the right-hand side of the plate, switch hitter. And there's a timeout in the action here for something. So Jack Dreyer came in, pitched 2 pitches, and boom, home run to deep right field. And that's all she wrote. So Brandon Montgomery coming in, 0 for 2, a ground out, strikeout. Dodgers have yet to get an out in this inning. The pitch is curveball missing for ball 2. Dodgers have given up 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and a single in this inning. So the White Sox fans are dancing in the streets in Chicago on that one. They've got themselves up off the deck after being totally stymied and shut down yesterday with Yamamoto pitching, and there's a swing and a miss by Montgomery. And then in the first 5 innings of this game, and if you go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 innings, the White Sox only got 1 run, and now in 1 inning they've gotten 4, and there's a base hit lined into center field. Pages will pick it up, and it'll be a single for Montgomery. So now there's been, in this 6th inning, 2 singles, 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and yet to record an out. Well, the only thing you can say is that at least there hasn't been a triple, and don't jinx that. Up comes Meredith to the plate now. We're in the 6th, no outs. White Sox 4, Dodgers 1. Second baseman Chase Meyerdorf at the plate. He was hit by a pitch, and he's 0 for 1. The pitch, way high and outside, ball 1. So Chase Meyerdorf, another local boy from Torrance, California. Here's a pitch taken for curveball for strike 1. 5'9", 190-pounder Meyerdorf waiting in there. Looks much smaller than 5'9" at the plate. Pitch swung on, and a high fly ball hit out to Tucker. He goes back to the warning track, to the wall, leaps up and gone. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? A 3rd home run by the White Sox in the 6th inning. The score is now 6-1, and the wheels have come off the wagon for the Dodgers. Oh my, can you believe that? The White Sox, that was a 366 home run, a 300-foot home run, 366 feet that traveled. And it's now 6-1. Wow, in a big way. And the Dodgers have yet to record an out in this inning. Little 5'9", 185-pounder Chase hit that ball out of here. Gonzalez now coming up. Slider is outside for ball 1. The pitch on the way is low and away for ball 1. So curveball, ball 1. So on Friday, the White Sox got 7 runs in the 5th inning. And today in the 6th inning, they get 6 runs. And up throwing in the Dodger bullpen is Blake Treinen, right-hander. 1-2 the count to Gonzalez. Dreyer certainly has not been the answer, hasn't even recorded it out. Here's a pitch way high, a fastball overthrowing, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dodgers are stunned in the dugout looking at what has taken place. The pitch on the way, swung on. There's a little ground ball to Freddie Freeman. He's going to do it himself. What goes over, tags first base for out number 1. Freeman wasn't about to take any chances to toss it to Dreyer and have a disaster happen. So Meredith, given that quite a ride, out to right field for the home run. Under dark gray skies in Chicago, Dreyer's thrown 14 pitches. He finally gets an out, but he's allowed a whole lot of runs. Here's a pitch on the way, swung on. There's a sharp ground ball hit down to the second baseman, Freeland. He throws over to Freeman in time for the out, so now there's 2 outs. Let's see if Dreyer can get it together and get another out here in this inning. So with 2 outs in the 6th, Dodgers trail 6-1, and up comes Romo, the catcher. Romo has struck out 2 times at the plate. Dreyer looking in, nobody on base. The pitch. High, ball 1. So another local boy at the plate, and Drew Romo from Fountain Valley. 6 foot, 205 pounder. The pitch. Swung on and missed, way out of the strike zone. Thank you very much, going for that one. So it's a 1-1 count. Romo 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and swinging at balls like that is one of the major reasons why he struck out twice in this game. So the 1-1 count. Dreyer's pitch is in the dirt. Ball 2. Slider missing. 2 balls, 1 strike. White Sox 6, Dodgers 1. White Sox getting all their runs in this 6th inning. Dreyer looking in, gets the sign from Rushing, and the 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled along the third baseline. And Emmett Sheehan is disgusted with himself, totally beside himself, feeling down as though he let the team down after pitching a masterful 5 innings, only to have it fall apart on him in the 6th inning. The pitch is high for ball 3. 3-2 now, full count. So Sheehan will be credited with giving up 3 runs. Dreyer came in and gave up the other 3. Pitch is taken for a called strike 3. So Dreyer gets out of that on a 1-2-3 inning, but not in before he gives up 3 himself. The White Sox score 6 totally in the inning, and the score, White Sox 6, Dodgers 1 after 6 complete innings in Chicago. I'll be right back after this very short timeout. Okay, back to live action for the Dodgers. Trying to desperately get back in this game, and in a hurry. As we move to the 7th inning, Dodgers are down to the last 9 outs. And they're going to have to implore some urgency to their comeback here. They'll have Rushing and Freeland coming up, and followed by Ohtani, the first 3 hitters in this lineup. And Grant Taylor will now come over and pitch to him. Pitch on the way is taken for ball 1 to Dalton Rushing. Rushing's 0 for 2 in the game. The right-hander deals. The pitch is low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. White Sox 6, Dodgers 1. We're in the 7th inning, no outs. There's a line shot up the alley. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Peters is going to pick it up and throw it in, and arriving at second base, standing up is Rushing, doing their little Freddie Freeman dance and trying to get things started here. So with no outs, up comes Rushing and lines it all the way to right center field for a double. And up comes Freeland. White Sox 6, Dodgers 1, 7th inning, no outs, and the Dodgers get a double by the leadoff hitter. Alex Freeland coming in, 0 for 2, is flied out in the game and grounded out. Here's the pitch, swung up, it'll be strike one, a fastball. So Taylor greeted with a double on his first hitter that he faces. And with Rushing away from second, the pitch is taken for called strike two. Dodgers trailing 6-1, giving up all those runs, 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning after leading, cruising this game with a 1-0 lead, and it all fell apart on them in the 6th inning. Meanwhile, back to live action in the 7th inning. Here's a ball, gets away from the catcher, moving over is Ryan Ward. What's he going to do? He's going to round third and hold on. Romo had no idea where that ball went. Finally goes over to retrieve it. Taylor goes to cover home plate. That ball bounced, hit the mound, and Romo kind of looked up like, where did it go? And rounding third was Rushing immediately on it. So the Dodgers will no doubt gotta get a run in on this one. You got no outs. You got Freeland to the plate, at least a scoring fly ball to try to get some run action. There's a swing and a miss that we're going to hold it up as he foul tipped it out of the glove of Romo. So foul tip that Romo could not handle, and he's disgusted with himself that he couldn't glove that. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Freeland should have been out on a strikeout if Romo can grasp that. There's a pitch low, a slider missing for ball 2. Two and 2 the count. Pitch on the way is a high fly ball hit out to center field. It'll be 1 out, but is that enough? And yes, Ryan Ward's going to come back and score this. So make it 6-2 on a scoring fly ball. You got 1 out by Freeland. So Vincent, that pitcher sucks, bro. You got that right if you're talking about Jack Dreyer. You were right on the money. You think the Dodgers can come back? Realistically, no. They just got to run here, but anything can happen in baseball. No outs. We got Ohtani now to the plate. But when you got Shohei, you're never really out of a game entirely, are you? Meanwhile, isn't that the same guy who messed up Ohtani's game? Messed up. Oh, I see what you mean. You're right. You're right. That's right. When Ohtani was pitching, Jack Dreyer. Good call. Good catch, Ivan. Good job. Shohei Ohtani, 0 for 1, reached on an interference earlier in a base on balls, intentional walk. 2 balls, no strikes. A pitch swung on and missed on a curveball. Yeah, Jack Dreyer. Interim manager. One has to wonder, would Roberts have gone to him? Is it pure analytics? Not sure on how things like that work. Do they say, okay, if we're in this situation at this, but that's what analytics is about. But was Jack Dreyer's name about to come up because he was a lefty in that situation? So 2-1 the count. The pitch swung on and lined foul. Dodgers trailing 6-2 to the White Sox. Dodgers just got a run right now in a scoring fly ball by Freeland, bringing in Ward, or Rushing, check that. 1 out. 2-2 the count. The pitch swung on and missed, And down goes Ohtani on a curveball. And they're having a lot of fun in the White Sox dugout, laughing and giggling. The star Japanese player there looking at Ohtani going out on a strikeout. And there's now 2 outs for the Dodgers in the 7th. And that'll bring up Pages. Taylor to the windup. The pitch swung on. There's a little ground ball hit down to the second baseman, Muradoff. He throws over to first baseman Gonzalez, and that'll do it. And the Dodgers are done in the 7th inning. Actually, yeah, in the 6th through 6.5 innings. The score, White Sox 6, Dodgers 2. I'll be right back for the bottom of the 7th inning right after this brief timeout. It'll be the top of the order for the White Sox. Montanesi now coming to the plate. 6-2, White Sox leading this game. Dodgers line 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. White Sox 6 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. And then comes Blake Treinen. Treinen in 27 games and 21 innings he's pitched, 22 strikeouts. Now standing in, top of the mound, the pitch. Fouled away. Montanesi waiting in. The windup and the pitch. There's a ground ball hit sharply down to second base, picked up by Freeland. He's going to throw to get him at first base for the out. So 1 out. Nice play by Freeland at second, backhanding that and throwing against his body for the first out of the 7th inning for the White Sox. And that brings up Vargas. Vargas singled, scored a run, and stole a base. 1 for 3 today. Swinging in the third baseman from Havana, Cuba. The pitch is high for ball 1, a cutter missing. Treinen looked it in, gets the sign from Rushing, and the pitch. Swung on, a ground ball hit sharply to Muncy. He'll field it, throw over to first in time to Freeman, doing the splits there to get him for out number 2. So Treinen's looked pretty good in his first 2 hitters he's faced. And up comes Benintendi. 1 for 3, an RBI, a double, and a run scored. The pitch is taken for called strike 1. White Sox 6, Dodgers 2. 2 outs in the 7th inning. The windup by Treinen. The pitch is right down the middle for a sweeper for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Dodgers are down to their last 6 outs. Treinen gets the sign from Rushing in the pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Oh, and 2 the count. Pitch is high, fastball for ball 1. White Sox 6, Dodgers 2. The White Sox got all their runs in that 6th inning. They were trailing 1-0 at that point, and they come up with 6 big runs. Dodgers battle back to get 1 in the 7th. But the Dodgers, who trail now by 4, are going to need to do something here. Maybe get 2 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th to tie it. Let's see. Pitch on the way is sinker that misses for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on, a little ground ball hit sharp through the glove of Muncy and into left field, picked up by Ward and thrown in, and just like that they got a man on. A gift. Muncy 99 out of 100 times gloves that ball easily, but it just scooted under his glove into left field. So Montgomery comes up. Colson Montgomery hit that big 2-run home run in the 6th inning. He was the one that got things started. The merry-go-round, the circus, scoring runs in bunches, and the first pitch is taken for called strike 1. Two outs, runner on first. Montgomery to the plate, swung on and fouled away, a sinker. So no balls and 2 strikes. Colson's been very busy in this game. 2 for 3, a double and a 2-run home run. Oh, 2 the count to Montgomery. 7th inning, White Sox 6, Dodgers 2. The pitch swung on and missed, and down he goes. That'll do it for the White Sox in the 7th inning. The score, White Sox 6, Dodgers 2. We move to the 8th inning. And in that 8th inning, the Dodgers will bring up Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and Max Muncy to face whomever the White Sox throw out there. So if the Dodgers can just try to think of getting 2 runs in the 8th, 2 in the 9th, and drive this to extra innings, instead of thinking, oh, they got to get 4 runs back in a hurry. Let's see how they work this. Reminder, after today's game, Dodgers win, lose, or draw in this game against the White Sox, trying to win this series. But if they, whatever they do, will be heading on home to Los Angeles to take on the Rays for 3 games, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They take a much-deserved day off tomorrow, Thursday. On Thursday, they get a day off, and then they're back at it against the Baltimore Orioles on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's what the Dodgers got looking for in the upcoming week. Hopefully you'll find yourselves wanting to tune in and check out Dodger baseball. If you do, I'm here calling not all the games here, but most of them along the way. If you like what you heard so far, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate any support you can give along the way. Also, subscribe to the channel. It is free to do so. So for the Dodgers, as I said, Freddie Freeman will be coming up momentarily. That's the heart right there, the bulk of the order. Freeman, Betts, and Muncy. You've got to have at least muster something there and some runs in that with that lineup. And then if anybody gets on, anything starts happening, we got Tucker hitting in the 4th slot. Upcoming promotional for the Dodgers, if you're interested, on June 20th, Saturday night, 7:10 start against the Orioles. It is Shaquille O'Neal bobblehead night. Pitch on the way is high and away for ball 1. Wonder if Shaq will come out and throw out that first pitch. That'll be interesting for Saturday night. Pitch on the way is high, ball 1. Next pitch, a curveball low for ball 2. Freeman 1 for 2, got things started with that solo home run in the 1st inning, and was it for a long time in this game. There's a pitch curveball for strike 1 until that monstrous colossal collapse by the Dodgers, or big parade by the White Sox. 6 runs in the 6th. There's a pitch swung on and fouled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now looking over at the White Sox bullpen, left-hander Chris Murphy is warming up. So they're keeping him on close standby. Meanwhile, Taylor's pitch is swung on and fouled away, a fastball. So the count remains 2-2. Taylor to the mound. He's thrown 20 pitches. And for the Dodgers, in their bullpen, is Jonathan Hernandez. Pitch is swung on. There's a ground ball hit sharply down to the 3rd baseman. Vargas throws over to first in time for out number 1. So 1 out for the Dodgers. They're down to their last 5 outs in this game. And up comes Mookie Betts. Mookie 1 for 3 with a single and a stolen base, falling just below 200 again, hitting 199. Just when Mookie gets close to going over 200, he falls right back down. The pitch on the way is a sinker for strike 1. White Sox 6, Dodgers 2. We're in the 8th inning with 1 out. The pitch on the way is taken for called strike 2. Slider. And now Mookie finds himself behind the 8 ball. 0-2 count. Taylor to the windup. The 0-2 pitch swung on a line shot to right field, left field, and gone. Just like that, there's a home run shot by Mookie Betts. And it's home run and gong time. Away out and gong. Mookie Betts. So the Dodgers, just as I said, you don't need to get all 4 runs in 1 inning. So that went 369 feet, and the Dodgers now find themselves down 6-3. So the Dodgers now bring up Max Muncy to the plate with 1 out. Let's see what Muncy can do. That's a 7th home run of the season for Betts. The pitch on the way is a curveball for strike 1. Dodgers now trail 6-3, and it's not over yet. As a fan asked, is there a chance that the Dodgers could come back? Here's a high fly ball hit by Muncy, but moving over is Peters in center, waving. He's got it for out number 2. So that looked promising as it left the bat, but it was nothing but a lazy foul ball. And the partisan in the chat room is saying, let's go White Sox, as they're starting to chant. They're starting to feel it for the White Sox here. There's now, Dodgers are down to their last 4 outs. There's a pitch high for ball 1. Tucker to the plate. Good to see the White Sox fans in a good mood tuning into the broadcast. You're welcome to. The pitch on the way is low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Okay, enough of the bongo drumming. Back to live action. The pitch is taken for called strike 1, a curveball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dodgers trailing 6-3 now. Down to their last 4 outs in this game. Taylor to the windup. The pitch Swung on. There's a line shot down to second baseman Meredith. Throws over to first base Gonzalez, and down go the Dodgers in the 8th. The score after 7.5 in Chicago. White Sox 6, Dodgers 3. We'll be right back right after this brief break. So back to live action. The White Sox leading 6-3 will be setting up Montgomery to the plate, along with Meredith, who hit that 2-run shot, and Gonzalez. So if you're a White Sox fan, throw your hat in the air and celebrate, because you're on the verge of beating the mighty 2-time world champion Dodgers in this series. But the Dodgers still got their last 3 outs to go. Checking and looking ahead, who will the Dodgers have? So I told you who the White Sox have coming to the plate, but who will the Dodgers have in their top of the 9th inning? And their backs are to the wall. Let's see. We're going to be to the bottom of the order because last out made by Tucker. So they got Ward, Rushing, and Freeland. So 6, 7, 8 hitters, or no, 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Meanwhile, Jonathan Hernandez is now in there pitching to Montgomery. Montgomery switches around back to the left-hand side of the plate. So he's been all over the plate from the left to the right, back to the left again. Switch hitter Montgomery. In the White Sox bullpen is Dominguez. Sarah Anthony Dominguez, if you please, hard-throwing right-hander. And the pitch on the wide by Henriquez. There's a line shot right up the middle, but nicely fielded by Betts. Throws over to Freeman in time for the out. So 1 out for the White Sox in the 8th inning. 6-3 White Sox lead. Meredith now coming up. Hit that big 2-run home run in the 6th inning against Jack Dreyer. And if not for that, this game would be a little bit closer. Anyway, 6-3, and it's Hernandez, sinker, misses for ball 1. Chase Meredith, 1 for 2, hit by pitch and a 2-run home run. The local boy out of the Los Angeles area. Pitch on the way is taken for called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Meredith. Roth. Hernandez deals. The pitch is low and inside, a slider for ball 2. One out in the 8th. Waiting on deck, Gonzalez. Hernandez looks in, the pitch, swung on and fouled away. Meredith is playing tough. 2-2 now the count. Hanging in there tough. The 2-2 pitch on the way is outside, a sinker missing for ball 3. A little bit of a wave now started, and here in Chicago for the White Sox are up. They're distracting, and why they start the wave with their own guy batting distraction, I don't know. But anyways, back to live action. 3-2 the count. The pitch swung on and a ground foul. Actually, I don't really know if it's ever been proven. Is that a distraction to the hitter more than the pitcher, or vice versa? But It is what it is. 6-3 White Sox over the Dodgers. 1 out in the 8th. There's a little shot foul along the third base line. Sinker missing. Count remains 3-2. To Mary Roth. The pitch by Hernandez is a ground ball hit sharply down to Betts, nicely backhanded. The throw to Freeman in time for the out. So now there's 2 outs in the 8th inning. 6-3 White Sox lead. We're in the 8th. They had that big, monstrous 6-run 6th inning. And the Dodgers have tried to battle back, got 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, and find themselves down 6-3. Jacob Gonzalez now coming in, hitting from the left-hand side of the plate. Squares off to bunt, and it's a slider low for ball 1. Hernandez pitch taken for called strike 2. Now check that, strike 1. So 1-1 the count, a slider. 2 outs, 8th inning. And everybody's anticipating that final 9th inning for the Dodgers. Coming up, the pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back, but wait, no, moving over in left field is Ward to make the catch for the out, and that'll do it for the White Sox in the 8th inning. The score after 8 complete, White Sox 6, Dodgers 3, and they're bringing in their hard ace closer from the bullpen right now. I'll be back after this very short break before that exciting, fantastic finish of the 9th inning. Okay, so this will do it right here. Dodgers now, with their backs to the wall, will be facing the hard right-hander thrower from out of Esperanza Dominican, 6'1", 225-pounder Sir Anthony Dominguez coming in, the bearded one. He's got that intimidating look like a James Rodney Richards type, throwing from the right-hand side of the plate. So the Dodgers on the verge of losing the series here to the White Sox unless they can get themselves up off the deck and make a rally here. After this game, they'll be heading back to Los Angeles to get ready for a 3-game homestand against the Rays. So Sarah Dominguez now in. He's pitched in 27 games, 25 innings, and the pitch on the way is inside for ball 1. And up to the plate is Ward. Ward 1 for 3, hitting .237. Ward hit a double in his earlier at bat. Dominguez, the windup, the pitch is in the dirt. Fastball trying to get a little something extra on it. 97 miles an hour coming in. 2 balls, no strikes. Ryan Ward hanging in there. The 2-0 pitch way at the feet. He had to dance to do a little jig, Ward did, to get out of the way of that ball. It goes all the way to the backstop, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Sometimes when a pitcher tries to get a little bit more mustard on it and fast heat on it, it goes apparently wild. And there's a ball in the dirt, a sinker for ball 4. So 4 pitches, and Ryan Ward is on. And now comes Dalton Rushing to the plate. Rushing to the plate. The pitch is inside. They're going to check swing. They're going to check over at first. They're going to say swing. That was a sweeper. So that ball would not have been a strike had but for he not gave the check swing. That would have been 5 balls in a row. Anyways, Dalton Rushing up there with an 0-1 count. After Rushing comes Freeland, and then Shohei Ohtani. Hold on to your seats. Here's a pitch swung on and missed for 0-2, a fastball. So the Dodgers have the tying run on deck, trailing 6-3 in the ninth. No outs. The pitch way outside and high. Nice catch by Romo to go up high to get it from going to the backstop and saving the runner Ward from advancing to second base. So the count is now 1-2. Rushing, waiting in. The pitch by Dominguez is high. Ball 2. Fastball missing. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ward away from first base. Ohtani saying, just get 2 men on. Give me a chance. Have 2 men on. Don't hit into a double play. Rushing. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and down he goes for out number 1 for the Dodgers. So as long as he doesn't hit into a double play, but now comes up Freeland. Freeland, you got to get aboard somehow, some way to make this interesting with Ohtani coming to the plate. Coming to the deck, on deck circle now. So 1 out for the Dodgers. Dominguez throws over to first, gets Ward back. Doesn't want him to get too much of a lead. 1 out in the 9th inning. White Sox 6, Dodgers 3. Ohtani taking practice swings on deck. Freeland takes called strike 1. White Sox 6, Dodgers 3. Dominguez to the mound. Checks the runner at first. The pitch swung on and missed. 0-2. So this is a big out if the White Sox can get it, because then that means Ohtani can't beat you or at least tie the score with a shot, with a home run. Let's see. Of course, there's no way do they dare walk him, Ohtani, if Freeland makes out, because then you'll have Pages coming up and Freeman after that. So let's go. 0-2 count. Oh, outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Way inside, splitter missing, 2-2's the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Freeland. Ward at first. One out in the 9th. The pitch swung on and fouled back. Ohtani on deck. So surprised that they didn't go for Miguel. Well, I guess not, because he got a lefty on righty action. Pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count remains. Sir Anthony Dominguez, the hard-throwing right-hander out of Esperanza, Dominican Republic. Checks Ward at first, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on a little nubbler along the foul first baseline. Dodgers not even angry. There's Ivan weighing in. It's a Sox night, so Ivan is boastfully complaining that's all White Sox, or not complaining, proudly talking in the chat room. Meanwhile, this pitch is outside for 3-2. And Ivan's got to be getting a little nervous now with a 3-2 count. One walk here, and up comes Ohtani and makes it very interesting. Chase Taylor's even cheering hard for the White Sox. Here we go, the pitch swung on. There's a line shot down the line and in the corner, and he's going to do some running. Ward's rounding second. He's going to round third and score. It makes the score 6-4, and up comes Ohtani to the plate on the double by Freeland. 6-4 score, 1 out, Ohtani to the plate, and following Ohtani, no matter what he does, they're going to, now that he got a double, will they dare walk the tying run and give Ohtani the bag? I don't think you would do that, but I've seen stranger things in baseball. Maybe pitch him some junk, something that he's going to chase. You got Freeland at second. You got Ohtani to the plate. You got Pages on deck, and after Pages is Freeman, and Ivan's got to be a little nervous now. Here we go. This is getting interesting with Ohtani to the plate. The pitch is way high by Dominguez, a splitter missing badly for ball 1. 1 out. White Sox 6, Dodgers 4. The series is on the line. Runner Freeland away from second. The pitch is way outside for ball 2. Once again, I think this is a simple case right here of not wanting to give Ohtani anything good to hit, see if he chases some junk and pops out or something, because those 2 pitches have been way out of the strike zone. Here's another one way out of the strike zone again. So it's 3 balls, no strikes. They want no part of Ohtani. Pages on deck. 3-0 the count. The pitch on the way is way inside and for ball 4. And suddenly we haven't heard a word from Ivan in the chat room. He is quiet. Okay, Daniel, hang in there. It's getting interesting. 2 on, 1 out. Pages is 0 for 4, grounded out in the 7th and due. He is due indeed. 0 for 4. The pitch by Dominguez way high. Ball 1. So this is it. We got a man from Dominican throwing hard on the mound, but he's all over the map, having a hard time facing a guy from Havana, Cuba, to the plate. So now Romo's going to come out to the mound, and no, he's not. He's back behind the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, 6-4. The ball is taken for called strike 1, a sweeper. Meanwhile, in the White Sox bullpen is Chris Murphy, known by some as Chris Perfect Murphy. Here in the White Sox, he's known to come hard and settle it, put out a fire in a hurry. The pitch on the way is outside, a sinker missing for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dodgers trailing 6-4, but they got 2 on. There's only 1 out. Freddie Freeman on deck. Pages to the plate. Ohtani at first base. Freeland at second. The pitch is low for ball 3. And the Dodgers are collectively banging on anything they can get their hands on to bring a rally forth. 3 balls and 1 strike to Pages. 9th inning, 1 out, 6-4, White Sox lead. Dominguez to the windup. There's a pitch, foul back, and a little dribbler down behind the home plate. Dominguez has thrown 27 pitches, and he's made things interesting here in the 9th inning. This season, with runners in scoring position, .358 average is Pages. And he has a man in scoring position at second base in Freeland. Ohtani's at first. He got the unintentional walk, just 4 wide ones without any effort put into it. 3-2 the count. The pitch. There's a ground ball hit sharply to second base. He's going to try to do it himself, throw over to second, and what? So they get 1 out. So they do get, but Meredith has now come up gimping at second base. He's in pain. Not sure how that happened. Let's see. So Ohtani was sliding in. They do get Ohtani out as he hit a little dribbler, but somehow it took a bite out of Meredith, and he is not feeling good. Meanwhile, there's runners on the corners, 2 outs now, and up comes Freddie Freeman to the plate. So Pages has arrived safely at first on that fielder's choice. Moving over to third is, let's see. So Freddie Freeman now to the plate. Freddie Freeman started this game with a solo home run, and that was the only offense we'd seen from either part of the teams until the 6th inning, when the White Sox woke up and scored 6 in the 6th inning, and that's been all they've needed so far, leading 6-4. Freddie Freeman, 1 for 3 with a solo home run and walk, has been right in the thick of this game. Meanwhile, no word from Ivan as he stays quiet in the chat room. 6-4. The score, the pitch, way outside. Dominguez, sweeper missing. 1 ball. No strikes, 2 outs, 9th inning. Dodgers have a runner at third, a runner at first. 6-4 is the score. The pitch is taken for called strike 1 to Freeman. Dominguez has thrown 30 pitches in this inning. He's laboring. 13 strikes, 17 balls. Trying to will him to victory is Ivan. There's a pitch that's taken high. He's going to swing and foul that back. Out of play. So Daniel checking out in the chat also. 1-2 the count, 2 outs, 9th inning. Pitch on the way is a ground foul. And we now got a 1 ball, 2 strikes count. Freddie Freeman to the plate. And the Dodgers are on life support. Dominguez looks in. The windup, the pitch swung on and missed, and down he goes. And that'll do it for the Dodgers in this game as the White Sox win it. The final score is the White Sox come back and win it with 6 runs in the 6th and hold on as Freddie Freeman strikes out. The final score from Chicago, and the line on the game is the White Sox 6 runs, 8 hits and 1 error. The Dodgers 4 runs, 7 hits and no errors. Thank you so much for tuning in to the game today. Appreciate all your support. And Chopper, you're right. You told me so. Have a great evening to you. Don't ever compare Ohtani to Barry Bonds. Have a tremendous evening to all of you, wherever you may be. Once again, the final score from Chicago, the Dodgers lose to the White Sox 6-4. Thank you so much for watching. Good night now.